Hi everyone and welcome to my first YouTube video. In this episode, I will walk you through one of the classic beginner machines on Hack the Box called Lame. This box is known for having a well-known Samba vulnerability that makes it a great starting point for anyone new to penetration testing. But before we dive in, let's set the stage. I'm connected to the Hack the Box VPN. I've got the target IP address. Today I will show you how to identify ports, enumerate servers, and exploit Samba vulnerabilities to gain a shell to the machine. Let's start with our initial reconnaissance. I'm using Rustscan here because it's faster, modern port scanner. So let's run. Now we are ready to go. I've received the target IP address connected to the Hack the Box VPN, and we can go and connect to the terminal. So one of the first things when I'm connected to the terminal is set the IP address of the target. Especially in a CTF challenge, it's always a good idea to set that to the environment. What I like often to use is Rustscan these days. It's a modern IP port scanner, and it's very fast. As we see, it said immediately identify a couple of open TCP ports, support 21, 22, 139, 445, and 3632. And for us interesting is the port 139 and 445. We see this is two Microsoft services. And it's probably what we like to attack. So in that case, I often like to use enum for Linux. It's a very efficient scanner to identify a couple of information of that Windows environment. And we use our set variable. So it's generate a random username and connect it with a zero password to connect to the services and try to identify a couple of information. So let's wait a little bit, and we see immediately we receive the versions, which Samba versions, SMB versions, then what is the DNS names, the FQDN names. So in that case, it's lame.hackthebox.crew. Then for us, really interesting is this string here. So we see it's a Samba version 3.0.220 running, and we know this version is vulnerable. So I've also prepared an exploit for that, which we can immediately use here. So let's download that exploit together. CVE 2007-2447 is a remote code execution vulnerability through that username map script feature in Samba. Essentially, it allows an attacker to run arbitrary code on their remote system by manipulating the username parameters and send to the Samba service. So this exploit is using Python, and to let it running, we need also a library installed. So it is PySMB to make the communication with Samba working. What I like is often to split the screen here, that in one window we have the wrapper open, and on the other window we can start the exploit. So let's see which IP address we have received from the VPN. This is our IP address. This is important because then we can use the exploit to make a back connection to our listener here. And so let's do that together. So we execute in Python 3 the exploit. This is the IP address which we have set to the variable of the Hack the Box machine on the port 139. This is our IP address which we received from the IP, and this is the open TCP port which we have set. And indeed, we have received now a connection back. We see we have here a listener open. It's great to have a better listener. We open us a Python session, where we get a full TTI. Okay, it's working. Great. So now we see immediately we have here a high privilege user root, which is great. So we can catch directly the root flag. And also, if you're interested, to find the user flag. See, there is the user flag here, and we can also get that. So we received now in one punch with one exploit 2 flags. So one is the user flag here, and the other is the root flag. If you found this walkthrough helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button, leave a comment, consider the subscription. I've planned more content and excited to share more Hack the Box machine walkthroughs and cybersecurity tips and tricks. Thank you for watching. I will see you to the next video.